to be functional all week long. They stated that they helped over 86 people, even though 36 of them had to be sent back with regards to death certificates and also the applications of burials beyond 3 days. This was a statement made by the acting principal secretary, Mr. Ngululego Dlamini, who stated that they do urge Yemaswati to bring all necessary documentations each time they go to the ministry for assistance or any other Home Affairs Service Center.
Certificate tekufa letikhishiwe iben 49. Emaphemithi lakhishiwe aben 26. Bese sekuthi labo laba yikenge ukuthi emaphepha abo bekangakapheleli baben 34.
Other problems that they encountered, according to other officials from the ministry, include that people do visit the ministry's service centers without enough documentations, or some of them are not well informed, and they need to also call the ministry to ensure that they have everything before they come. I'm Kanyisile Mabuza for Channel Yemaswati News in Babane. At this point, we're going to take a look at our health statement on the status of COVID-19 in the Kingdom of Eswatini today. The Ministry of Health would like to inform the public of the status of COVID-19 in Eswatini. A total of 1,289 results were received today, of which 256 people tested positive. The total number of COVID-19 confirmed cases to date is 13,443. 19 deaths have been reported, taking the total reported COVID-19 related deaths to 403. The summary of the deaths is as follows. There are 8 males, 11 females, 8 are from the Oho region, 4 are from the Manzini region, 1 is from the Bombo region, and 6 of them are from the Shiselweni region. There are currently 4,272 active cases, 8,512 recoveries, 403 deaths, 256 people were registered for care today, and the total is at 13,443. Looking at the cumulative confirmed cases by the regions, Oho is leading by 5,745, followed by Manzini at 5,451, Lubombo is at 1,234, and Shiselweni is at 1,013. I'm Kanyisile Mabuza for Channel Yemaswati News, Ngoyoyo. The Eswatini Meteorology Service, in conjunction with the National Disaster Management Agency, are urging Yemaswati to prepare for a possible hit by Cyclone Eloise. Cyclone Eloise is currently entering Madagascar and may take any routes from there, which might potentially be one leading to the eastern part of the country. This was revealed during a press statement this afternoon at the NDMA offices. The Meteorology Office in the Kingdom of Eswatini has observed that there is a cyclone that may or may not be approaching the Kingdom of Eswatini in the near future. Today, during a press conference that was held at the offices of the National Disaster Management Agency, Dudu Nhlengedva, who is the Chief Executive Officer at the Eswatini Meteorological Services Office, stated that Yemaswati need to be aware and also be ready for a cyclone if ever it hits the Kingdom of Eswatini. She stated that readiness of Yemaswati means that they will tighten where they need to tighten and remove any dangerous or hazardous objects that may be in the way when the cyclone hits, and also destroy other things.
However, there is a chance that we might be affected by this tropical cyclone, and for this reason we are here to plead with Yemaswati to take all necessary precautions to make sure that should this tropical cyclone affect the country, we are in a position to minimize the impact that is possible, which is to say that tropical cyclones are often accompanied by heavy rainfall and strong winds. So these are things that we need to take precaution against, making sure that waterways are cleared so that whilst the water can still flow away, can still drain away, that happens, it's not blocked by obstacles that we have put, and also ensuring that things that may be blown away are removed from open areas, and things such as rooftops, billboards, and so on. We make sure that they are as secure as possible. everything that we can possibly do, including making sure that trees that are near infrastructures, those that might pose danger are appropriately cleared.
The National Disaster Management Agency office, which was represented by Mr. Eric Sayama, stated that people should refrain from believing everything they read on the social media, but rather listen to mainstream media because they will be updating the nation every day until the cyclone comes or until the days when it was expected to come. However, they stated that the prediction says if ever it hits the kingdom of Eswatini, it might be here by Sunday, or rather by between Sunday and Tuesday. I'm Kanyisile Mabuza for Channel Yemaswati News in Babane. Dupes Holding today made a donation of 76 umbrellas to market vendors from the capital city in Babane. These umbrellas were already worn out and they will play a huge role in protecting the produce by the vendors. We have a report. Dupes Holdings today made a donation of 76 umbrellas to market vendors in the capital city, Mbabane. These umbrellas are going to assist them cover their produce and make sure that they sell fresh produce to Yemaswati. We conducted an interview with Sihlangu Jele, who is a marketing officer at Dupes Holdings, who told us that this is their initiative to give back to some of their customers. Jele stated that not only do they give to people who have subscribed to them for funeral or any other covers, but they also encourage the other vendors who are not part of Dupes Holdings to also take cover with them.
Protected from the harsh sun rays and the rain that they experience during the operating hours. So I'd like to implore the public to continue to support these business vendors whenever they are opting for fruits and vegetables. They must give them a priority so that we can be able to change their lives.
Pindile Mabuza, who represented the market vendors, expressed their utmost appreciation and stated that the condition of their old umbrellas was already horrible and it was not conducive for the Mbabane weather. I'm Kanyesile Mabuza for Channel Yemaswati News in Babane. NAMPOD is urging farmers all over the Kingdom of Eswatini to grow potatoes. This follows an open market for potatoes, even in the Kingdom of Eswatini. It was said by the Communications Officer of NAMPOD, Melusi Dlamini, while speaking to our reporters today.
As we know how COVID-19 has not only affected us financially as a society, but also agriculturally. Here with us is Mr. Melusi Dlamini, Communications Officer at NAMPOD, with a brief elaboration on how business has been.
Of our top three of most imported produce, we have the potatoes leading at number one, closely followed by carrots as well as onions. What we have done as NAMPOD, we have come together with the Malkans Research Station to put in a strategy to produce our own seedlings. We can safely say they're now available, as well as the harvesters are now available, and we urge farmers to be in contact with the extension officers so that they can be advised properly in terms of when to source the produce, where to source it, and when to actually plow. We are looking at a focus that's going to tell us that by the beginning of winter at least, if we should have already planted our potatoes on the ground.
Mr. Melusi Dlamini further gave out information or rather advice on how to limit inputs in the country.
As we enjoy the festive season and the ongoing national ceremony in Gwala, I'd like to remind young people, the youth, that we are fighting two battles here: HIV/AIDS and COVID-19. Here's a reminder that HIV is still there and it is a danger to everyone, especially the young people. We encourage them to protect themselves using all means possible, particularly with condom use. Merry Christmas and enjoy your new year.
Meet Slang. He works on Mondays to Fridays and he spends most of his weekends socializing with friends. He looks and feels healthy. He doesn't know though that he has the coronavirus. The past weekend, he visited his friends and spent considerable time catching up. Boy, did they not have a good time and did this. Without knowing, Sihlangu has spread the virus to his friends and they too will spread it to other people. One of Sihlangu's friends lives with his mother who is diabetic. She is at high risk of serious illness and she has underlying conditions. What should they have done to prevent COVID-19? Sihlangu and his friends must avoid physical and social gatherings. Through their chat groups, they can still discuss and catch up on their favorite topics. When meeting one of his friends, both must wear a mask correctly all the time. Observe physical distance of more than 1 meter when with people. Wash hands with soap and running water or use sanitizer. Let us prevent an increase in COVID-19 cases.
Pick n Pay has a heart for Eswatini, which is why we bring you the best every day. Get combos like Sansan Rice 10 kg, Sansan Cooking Oil 2 liter, Topscore Super Maize Meal 10 kg, and First Golden Brown Sugar 3 kg. Buy all 4 for only 270 emalangeni and get 7 kg potatoes, 7 kg onions, 5 kg carrots, and 5 kg beetroot. Buy all 4 for only 129 emalangeni. Valid until the 2nd of February. Only at Pick n Pay Eswatini.
Welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us. I'd also like to take this opportunity and welcome all of our viewers who have just tuned in to channel Yemaswati. And now we shall continue with our news bulletin. Ndabanzabandi today paid a visit to Ndlinlembi area where he made a verdict of stopping all construction for any new homesteads that might have been planned or going on. This follows a series of land feud problems that have been broadcast on channel Yemaswati and also reported at Ndabanzabandu's office. We have a report.
Following land disputes that have been ongoing at Ndlinlembi, where residents are complaining about a farm that they purchased with assistance from His Majesty the King, today we were graced with a visitation from the traditional court of Madzini region. Mr. Tsigati, who was there to hear them out and try to sort out their disputes. Here's a short summary of what the residents had to say.
Kungakaqhutsheki akushona le ndazi kuyahlohlwa nje sibuta ke kubadlanqane thina itolo ukuthi hey badlanqane kusangilo leli dlelo lesathengelwa ingwenyama lela noma akusesiko kushintshe phi ngibalo shintshe lokho wasibadlanqane ngilo ngibalo faka labantu lapha ngibafakelani bantu edlelweni nako lelo kusikhalisako baba sine sinye isikhalo sethu akuphume bantu edlelweni kusale tingomo
neke baba indzaba nangabe bese isuka elididzini ibuye itoqalela phasi kuthiwa asibuyele siyowenta liti indzaba seyijutshiwe lokusengendeke ngisho monye umonakalo yajutshwa indzaba kwathiwa akume bangemi and laba abantu labagangako labasebenzisa lesikhathi ungakhona kuyofika kundaba isikhathi sencwala kangwane.
Ndaba then gave an opportunity for the inner council to briefly explain themselves in response to the questions from the traditional court.
Sakamuti ba.
Uma kuthenga le plus kwathiwa yini purpose yakho?
Kwathiwa kwenziwa i-sister lunch.
Correct. Uma niya kumntwana enkosi awukhomba laphana nithini kuwo.
Babe chief. Cha uthi babe chief lapha. Ngibeka naba abantu ngisana nawo umuntu lapha.
Uma thi ngihlala umuntu endleleni nikhuluma nithini naye na?
Ngitawuveta noma ngathi umngqunula uyambuta amthwala ukuthi Nkosi njengoba lapha into yebantu sitawenda njani mfana Nkosi athi emagama ke hey na usho lo ngolokulala umphakathi.
With all sides being heard, the traditional court then decided that from today there will be no building of houses on the farm. Hence, those already built will be given allowance to their houses until further notice.
ninike labantu labakhontile babuyele emakibo. Ngoba kube nithi nje mhlambe labantu labakhontile ngiletha kamedi. Mhlambe ngeke ngasho ukuthi koyebe kunene. Musi nithi shaye nini. Umuntu lolukhona gagaga noma ngabuda nje nyaka. Labantu abalaphana sebashintshile le chief court. Njengoba kuthiwa nje bamele wonke umuntu umele until kuphele outcome. Ukuthi kwente kanjani. Ngoba le mithi le utawusho lo muthi uthi yentwa njani. Le mkhukhu kuthi umuntu otawukwakha nje. Wakha lo mkhukhu ninehlabanyenzelela ubuye obusingandaba zabantu masho ukuthi umntana enkosi uthi yentani ngenkani.
Ndala then gave out an order to the residents to immediately open gates for those that had already constructed houses. I am Ngabila Makakula with Kimberly Mavuso at Ndlindembi.
The management at Maloloja Nature Reserve has disputed all the rumors of having a dangerous animal that might be on the loose from the reserve. According to Mr. Teddy Dlamini, who is the overseer of Maloloja Nature Reserve, they might have seen a serval, which is a form of a cat that looks like a leopard, but it is harmless. We have a report. After hearing rumors of an animal that is quite dangerous in the form of a leopard escaping the Maloloja Nature Reserve, Channel Yemaswati paid a visit to the reserve today to find out from their management if this is true. According to Mr. Teddy Dlamini, who is overseeing Maloloja Nature Reserve, this is nowhere near true because they have not received any reports of that. He also stated that the odds are quite impossible or near impossible of any dangerous animal escaping the place, since it is such a huge location that animals are sitting or living comfortably in the forest inside the nature reserve. However, he did say that there is an animal by the name of a serval that looks like a leopard, but it is harmless and it does like roaming around near the road.
Silwane le singaba ingodi eziveni kakhulu kungaba indlovu letihle tisivakashela kepha naku singakake kwendeka lokho. Letinye lesinato dingwe kepha natona kusede umbiko lesike sawutfola ukuthi ticket abonakala ngoba titilwane vele letitsanza ukuthi iphindela le ekhatsi emahlathini atitsanza tsanzi lapho lekunemsindvo ngoba abantu khona. Silwane labangasifananisa nengwe kungaba indloti. Labaya bathi ngesingisi iserval ngiso lesivame ukubonakala eceleni kwemigwaqo. Asifani naso nengwe kwekuthi asifani nengwe. Sona siyathanza kuhamba siya nje sibone eceleni kwemigwaqo kakhulu ebusuku. Kepha na vele nje ngiyathi ukuthi mawusibona lumbala waso nalemibala lesinaso sifana nayo lengwe, so bantu abaningi esikhatsini lesiningi bathi mababone sona bacabanga ukuthi babone yona lengwe.
Dlamini concluded by urging residents and passers-by of Maloloja Nature Reserve to alert them if ever they do see any alarming animals so that they may be able to assist them. But for now, Dlamini urged Yemaswati to please calm down as there have not been any reports of a leopard escaping the facility. I'm Kanyisi Mabuza for Channel Yemaswati News with Linda Shongwe at Maloloja. Many arrests were made at Nyanyali this morning following the fury of the residents who then went to burn the alleged suspects' homesteads. This is in a matter of the two toddlers that went missing from the 24th of December. They highly believe that the alleged suspects are the ones who are responsible for the missing of the toddlers. We have a report. Two homesteads were burnt to ashes at Nyanyali area. This is the same area where two toddlers have been missing since the 24th of December. It is stated that the mob of people was aggravated and furious last night when they went to attack the homesteads of the alleged suspects of the case. We spoke to the Member of Parliament of Ngwene, Honorable Vulimbombi Nhleko, who stated that as the constituency they condemn an act of taking the law into their own hands, but people are aggravated and they are trying their level best as the constituency to contain the situation. But he further urged the Royal ESWATINI police service officers to make sure that they keep the people informed so that they avoid such actions in future.
ngibona nje kusho isikhulumba kusho makhaya kusho ini
asenime nenentala khaya
asithanzi
asenime kumele ngaphandle kasi asebenza isini asenime nje
asithanzi mane sesi
sasebenza la
lalo lokwentekile nathi singudla asikuthandi yeka singudla bengifuna lokusho manje nje sesidisturba ngaliphoyisa lesingaladi ukuthi lishisa ini ngoba phela sonke sibuhlungu ngalelo lentekile lakhaya singudla thimbe sifuna kutsho.
It was gathered that after burning the Ngwenya homestead, which is the alleged suspect's homestead, they also went on to burn a Mhlongo homestead. It is also stated that they also found an elderly woman from the Ngwenya homestead dead in the fields. That minor scuffle with the reporters by an officer of the Royal ESWATINI Police Service was then solved by the Office of the Chief Police Information and Communications Officer. It is also stated that this morning many arrests were made following the incident that occurred last night. I'm Kanyisile Mabuza for Channel Yemaswati News, Nyanyali. Apostle Jeremiah Dlamini says that he saw a vision from God that showed him that he has the ability to help people recover from the COVID-19 virus. We have a report.
Cabanga ukuthi kulababukele iprogram yempostoli tolo bangabe ba check kahle ku Facebook but don't follow the whole message. Part of the message la khulume ngayo uNkulunkulu basic fasting for the weekend for a couple of days. Umuntu wabona inyoka lenkhulu shangathi suka from eOsho kuyofika kaLavumisa na inyoka lenkhulu nje lesabekako etule emafini. Then umlomo wayo nofika lenga sekuphethweni kwayo enhlokweni yayo bengazuthi ifana na kwetlana ukuthi wathi ngungubane lokuthi wonje kwesikanga bekanjalo la enhloko yayo. Then ikhafula nje umlilo. So it was funny lele ngubonile ngabese lenyoka ngabona engathi gwinqa abantu kalula nje yamita bantu labaningi bayangena then la epushen because we are in the fasting then ngabese kuthiwa kuze kunqotshwe lesimo.
And with that, we have come to the inevitable end of our news bulletin. But before signing out, let's take a look at our top stories making headlines once again. The Ministry of Home Affairs is reminding all Yemaswati who may want to make applications for certificates at the ministry to bring all necessary documentation. Today at Ndlinlembi, Ndabazabandu paid a visit and then made a verdict that no new homesteads shall be constructed until the land feuds are over. And finally, Maloloja Nature Reserve has disputed the rumors of a dangerous animal on the loose from the reserve. Thank you very much for staying with us. I do hope you have a good night and may God bless you.